What's up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger, and I'm going to talk about people today. And man, people are so inconsiderate. You know, I was walking the other day, and I had a little moment, and that moment inspired me to make this video. So where I live, there's a lot of like street racers and people that have these like loud mufflers and stuff on their car. It doesn't bother me that much, but it is kind of annoying. And I was walking and I could see a guy and he was having a bad day, and someone was driving by with a loud muffler, and he just says to me, "I want to take that muffler and shove it up his butt." You know, he just says that and then walks the other way. I didn't say anything. I just thought it was funny, but you know, it is like, I kind of felt that guy. I'm not that angry. I'm not like that on edge, but I kind of felt it where it's like you can't get a second of peace. You cannot get a moment to just chill and just relax and live your life. There's always these people that are just, they're loud, they're in your way, they're making noise, they're being obnoxious. They think the whole world belongs to them. And yeah, you know, it's just ridiculousness. It's funny, actually, now that I'm talking about the mufflers. In downtown Seattle, right near where I live, there was a guy named the Belltown Bandit, and he had a Dodge Hellcat with a super loud muffler, and he'd go around at like, you know, 2 or 3 in the morning and just like make crazy noise. And you know, it actually made the news because people were complaining so much they couldn't sleep and stuff. But it's just like how do these people go around with like no consideration for others, like whatsoever at all? It's like they don't even care that other people exist. As a matter of fact, with a lot of them, it's like they want to be obnoxious. They want to make noise. They like aim to be inconsiderate. And it's just, man, it's just a bunch of ridiculousness. And beyond that, just like your average person has like no self-awareness or awareness of other people around them, especially in the suburbs. People just walk in these herds, and you'll walk by them or near them. They'll look at you like, be like, "What? Who's he? Is he allowed to be here?" And they have this like they have this like kind of internal dialogue where they're kind of looking at you like, "Oh, he's here? I thought this was just for us. I thought this whole walking trail and the whole sidewalk, I thought it was just for us. And there's other people here." And so many people have that mentality. And man, you go to the grocery store anywhere, people will just go look at some stuff, put their cart to the side, block the whole freaking thing. And you know, when you try to get by, they don't notice you at all. It's not like they go, "Oh, sorry, give me a sec here." I have never heard anyone say that in the grocery store when I'm like kind of, you know, get at the same section they're at or trying to get by. I have not once in my life heard anyone say, "Sorry, I'm blocking this with my cart. Just give me a sec, you can go around." I've never heard anyone do that, address it, whatever, say, "Excuse me," apologize, say, "I'll just be a minute, give me a second." No, none of that. I'll do that. That's what I'll do, but they're just there like you don't even exist at all. At all. And I've said excuse me to someone in the grocery store before, and she turned and looked at me and stared at me and was like very surprised. It's like, what? Someone else also wants to look at the cereal too? Huh? What? I thought it was just me here. I thought this whole place was just for me, and it's not. And it's frustrating. It's freaking maddening. It's annoying. I get why that dude was so mad at the mufflers and stuff. And you know, I like cars. You know, I think cars are cool and stuff, but just being loud and obnoxious to try to like get all this attention and make all this noise, it's stupid. It's dumb. You know, I don't get that, where you gotta like have this big noise making thing and get all these people to look at you and stuff. That's kind of stupid, and it does annoy people around you. It is annoying. Like, what can I say? And there's 1,000,001 other things that people do. Like, I've had people just like be so freaking inconsiderate when they drive. Like, you know, I've been driving down like the city roads and stuff that are like one lane, you know, a lot of crosswalks. You can't really go very fast. And I'm going, you know, maybe 30 miles an hour or so. And there's some guy behind me on the horn, just like going totally psycho, driving on the wrong side of the road to get around me. I've had that a couple times. You know, one time that happened, it kind of got to me. But, you know, I've had that so many times. But just like, what's wrong with you? Like like, chill the F out. You're going to drive 50 miles an hour and then run right into a red light or a stop sign or a crosswalk or someone riding their bicycle. Like, what are you doing? But they're just, like, so angry and weird and just obnoxious and, like, negative. And it's just like, man, I've had people on bikes do it too, where there's, like, you know, I'm at, like, some crosswalk and there's people crossing and it's a guy on the bike and this and that, and I go, and then I'm, like, you know, slightly in front of the guy on the bike or whatever, and he starts freaking out, and it's like, you know, you're, like, 15 feet away from me. I was not going to crash into you. And, like, dude, you're on this, like, busy city street with bicycles and cars and people crossing, and there's a bus going by, and there's all these parked cars, and, like, dude, come on. You're not on the bike trail. You know what this is. I wasn't trying to freaking hit you. I was nowhere close to hitting you. Come on. But then they're, like, have to, like, cuss at you and stuff, and I've had just so many people just do that. It's just, like, they're just trying to, like, remind me that I'm in the Matrix. They're like, yeah, this is hell on earth. You know, we're just, you know, yeah, we're trying to put out as much negativity, as much toxicity, as much hatred, as much chaos, as much just insanity as we possibly can. We're just trying to make you miserable. And that's really what it feels like. And I've come out of that period where people have stopped doing that, and I've had, like, much better luck with that type of stuff. But when I was really going through a dark period, there were so many people like that, just trying to freaking throw their dumb little daggers at me and just be these haters. I would have people at the crosswalk. They're 5-10 feet away from even being at the crosswalk. I drive through in my car and they're yelling at me and stuff. You almost hit me. It's like, you weren't even starting to cross the street yet. Like, come on, you know? And just stuff where people are just, like, just wigging out, you know? And man, and I've just seen some people just like act crazy. Like, I saw one guy drive his car on the wrong side of the road, like nearly ran this older couple over who were riding their bikes, and I'm just like, what? I've seen so many people do that, just drive their cars on the wrong side of the road to, like, get around traffic and stuff, and it's like, well, pretty high likelihood of causing an accident, but you're gonna get to where you want to go like a half a second faster. Just, I've been on the highway in traffic, and I remember I had to get in and nobody was letting me in, so I'm just like, whatever, this guy's not, I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna, like, freaking put on the brakes to stay here. And the person's just holding their horn. They're so mad. It's like, dude, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, you know? But these people, they're just like, man, they're just freaking out. They're angry. They're crazy. They're inconsiderate. They're obnoxious. It just, man, like, people are so inconsiderate, and, you know, people are just angry and weird, and you just can't get a break. You can't get a freaking moment of peace. You really can't. It's just, there's always some freaking annoying crap happening. And, you know, I carry peace with me, and I have peace around me in my house. It's the palace of peace, and, you know, I carry that around me, and I have that aura around me, and I like, you know, put my feet on the ground and say, like, there is a ring of peace around me. But before I was able to do that, like, dude, there was just so much, just people just acting freaking nuts and annoying and weird and just inconsiderate. Just really, really inconsiderate and obnoxious. And it's just kind of the average attitude of your average person. It's just like, they just have no consideration for others. They're just like, whatever. We don't care. Screw other people. It's all about us. Other people don't exist. You know, that's the baseline attitude. And it's very frustrating to be around. It's annoying to be around. And you create an environment where people are very close to just losing their freaking crap because they're just under an assault of this all day long. And the thing is, the matrix in the system doesn't help, because now you park your car and it's in some zone and the sign was confusing and you thought it was free parking, but now you got a ticket and you got to do this and that. And, you know, the system adds a whole bunch of just stupid stuff on top of it. And it's just like, now there's some rule you didn't know about, it's some permit you needed, or it's just, there's some dumb bureaucracy you have to deal with, and it's not, none of it's considerate. I mean, that stuff with all the bureaucracy, that's not considerate to people. That doesn't look at us as humans, you know? None of it does. Then you just have a lot of these just random people who just act like just super inconsiderate and nuts. You have a lot of just random people who just act completely oblivious, like nobody else exists. And you'll see people walking their dog, especially people with their families. That's the real one. And people with their dogs are okay, I guess. People with their families, it's like nobody else exists but them. I went to a zoo one time. I was out on a hike, and there's a little zoo nearby, and it was like $5 to get in or something. So I figured I'll just go pop in this zoo after I do this hike. Very small zoo, not like a big major zoo at all. I'm like, I'll go in there, see the animals, why not? And bro, there were these people there with their families, and it was like no one exists but their family unit. And I'm trying to walk and just be to myself, and then before you know it, it's like these families are just surrounding me. Like mom and dad are freaking behind me, Uncle so-and-so's in front of me, the kids are to both sides, and they've like made this circle around me, and they have no idea. And I'm trying to sidestep and get away and just be to myself, and I'm like, yo, like, they have no freaking sense of my personal space. If it's a little bit tight, just give me freaking 18 inches, 1.5 feet. That's all I ask. Just 1.5 feet of personal space, so I can do my own thing. You'll have plenty of space to be with your own family, your own people, whatever. But you just see people, and they're just, and they're with their families and stuff. It's just like no one else exists, exponentially. And when you get people in a big group and a big herd, they really get like that, where just nobody else exists but them. And man, it's really annoying. It's really frustrating. And it's just like, hey, like, I'm here. Could y'all just give me a little bit of space, please? So I could live my own life. But no, when I was at that zoo, I felt like one of those animals in the cage. And I was just like, man, I don't want it to be like this. And one more story about people with their families. I was going into Chipotle, and there was this couple there with their like little kid. And this kid's, I don't know, like maybe 2 years old or so. They're teaching this kid how to walk. And they're teaching him how to walk in the Chipotle entrance. In the entrance to get in and out to Chipotle. You can't do that at home. You can't do that other places. Like, come on. Like, again, like, other people don't exist. And they're like doing him like, oh, yay, honey, you're gonna, you're walking, you're doing it. I'm giving him a sec. I'm letting him do it. And then I kind of say, oh, guys, excuse me, guys, I'm trying to get in. And then they look at their kid like, hey, there's people trying to get in. They're like blaming it on their kid. Like, there's other people here. People are trying to get through. Be careful. And it's like, hey, I didn't say anything, but I'm like, hey, no, you're the parents. And you decided to teach your kid how to walk in a busy entranceway when you could have done this at home. There's a million other places you could do this, and you're choosing to do it in a very inconvenient freaking location. And then you're trying to like put it on your kid, like, what are you doing? Like, no, you're the adults, and you're inconsiderate, and you don't have a sense of other people. Man, this is like so prevalent, and this is just like 99% of people are just like this, where they're like, what? Other people? Huh? I didn't know that other people existed. It's like, yeah, like get a clue. Get a freaking clue. And I mean, the people with the loud mufflers on their car, they're trying to be obnoxious on purpose and stuff and get attention for themselves or whatever, but it's just like this average attitude of just like no consideration for others whatsoever. It's honestly like a form of insanity. And it's like, how do you not get that if you go walk down the sidewalk in a city, there's going to be other people? How do you not get that? Like, how do they miss that? Like, we didn't calculate that another person might be here. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What are you doing? And I really think these people just don't have any, they don't have any sense of like real responsibility, and they're just sort of following along. And I think they're very deep in the matrix. They can't think for themselves. They're just following along, following procedure, just and then when something comes along that's not according to their plan, i.e. another person happens to be walking by, whatever, they're all like mad about it. Like, Really? You're annoyed? Another person's here on the walking trail, on the hiking trail, walking down the street, walking into the busy restaurant. Oh wow, another person's here. Oh wow, you couldn't have predicted that. Couldn't have thought of that. But that's how self-centered these freaking people are. There's 7 billion people on the earth, and they think it's just about them. They think it's all for them and just about them. And it's like, hey, no, there's other people. We all got to be here together and work together. And, you know, the thing with the grocery store, it's like, you could so easily move to the side and be like, oh, I'll move to the side, let you get through. Most people won't do that. And if you go, excuse me, they'll turn very surprised. They'll be shocked. What? I'm in your way? I didn't think that I could possibly be in your way at all. Like, rather than just being like, just give me a sec here, I'll move to the side. Don't want to cause a traffic jam. I'm just trying to find the right brand of pasta. Just give me like 10, 15 seconds. Normal. But they can't do that. They can't do that. And yeah, I'm going to end this video here. A lot of inconsiderate people holding back a sneeze here. So much love. God bless. I'll see you all next time.